Some games are so frightening that people only speak of them in hushed tones, whispers, for fear that the game might hear and ruin your life. Games people can only play in groups because they're too scared to play them alone. Games like Littlebigplanet. Don't let them fool you. Behind these beady dead eyes, Sackboy's a killer. Littlebigplanet is a fun and colorful platforming game that was released in 2008 by Media Molecule for the PlayStation 3. It features creative levels, avatar customization, 4-player play, a campy toy box-like vibe, and an incredibly deep level creation tool. The biggest selling point was that everyone could create and share custom levels with the community for everyone to enjoy. I was never good at making levels, but I loved some that the community had developed, and of course I loved the official levels that were released for the game. At surface level, the game is lighthearted and cute, but deep down, Littlebigplanet gets sinister. I'm not going to talk about the game as a whole, just know that it and its sequels are great and that you should go play them. But it's Halloween, damn it, so I'm going to look at some horror-themed levels hidden in the game's pool of community levels. But first, I gotta get spooky. The first level I'm going to look at is actually an official Media Molecule level, called Ghost Train. It's a level pack that was available as a purchasable DLC. There is a coinciding costume pack with it as well, containing a zombie, werewolf, and vampire skins, but I didn't buy it, so I'm just going to be dressed as a pumpkin spice sack. Anyway, Ghost Train is a really simple level. It's really more of a haunted train ride. There aren't really any difficult puzzles or platforming elements to the level. You just walk along a set path, collecting prize bubbles for scary decorations and stickers. And then you jump on the ghost train and it takes you along for a ride, as scary monsters pop out at you. It's a spooktacular time. The most difficult part of the level comes from a sticker shooter segment in which you have to place stickers on moving zombies in the background. Luckily the spawn cycles, so if you miss one, you can do it over again. There's also a part where you have to kill spiders with the stickers, but overall the level is a train ride simulator, and it's really just a way for you to earn and collect Halloween stickers. The rest of these levels are all community levels. These are levels that I remember playing back in like 2008, 2009 when the game was still new. It's weird to think that Littlebigplanet is 8 years old already. I'm getting old. So they aren't exactly fresh levels, especially because the newer levels are being made on Littlebigplanet 3 on the PS4. The second level I'm going to show you is called Ghostly Branch by Dan_E2040. Ghostly Branch is a narrative-driven level. It sees Sackboy following a bat up a tree as he faces an assortment of dastardly, devious, and devilish challenges. From monsters to spinning saw blades, it features its own ghost train experience as well, where you can get the paint gun and you have to fight monsters along the way. Eventually, Sackboy finds himself in a peaceful crystalline land before traversing back up to the tree and facing off against the monsters once again. As it turns out, the bat wants to eat you, so he's the final boss, and you kill him. The next level is called Horror, H4H, by B545467. H for H means heart for heart, which was something shitty creators did to get the heart achievement by giving hearts to receive hearts. I had this level hearted on my profile, so I must have liked it back in the day, and honestly, Horror isn't that great. I've played worse levels, I've made worse levels, but there really isn't much to this level. You walk around in a dark room, avoiding hazard, there's a couple enemies to kill, there's some really basic platforming to break up the monotony of walking around, but the positioning of objects is just really wonky, like candles below cliffs that you can't see, resulting in insta-death. There are a lot of pits with bottoms that you can't see, with hazards below. That's probably the horror aspect, you can't see what lies beneath. The last level I want to show you is called Nightlife, by Nathan900. It isn't really a horror level per se, but it's one of my favorite levels from 8 years ago, and it gives me an excuse to talk about it. Nightlife is a platforming heavy level. You have to avoid many hazards and solve puzzles to get through. The level starts off with you jumping over electrified traps to bring a coin to a thwomp. You then have to run up a hill to avoid flaming logs, and then you have to find a village that was destroyed. The goal is then to find the monster that destroyed the village and kill it. Once you kill the monster, you get to ride a marble shuttle to the finish. Like I said, outside of having to kill a giant monster, the level isn't super horror themed, but it's a really fun level. I especially like the lighting effects. Everything is neon and really cool looking, and there are segments that are really serene, with trees and falling lights. It's just a really cool level to look at. Alright, you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, and Godspeed. Thanks for watching.